Let me tell you a story. It's a story about need, about community, about power. It's a story about the wonders of modern technology and their consequences. This is the story of the Mountain Valley Pipeline, a 303-mile-long natural gas pipeline that is being installed in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia and West Virginia.
In the late 20th century, natural gas became cheaper and more accessible because of a process called fracking. Today, natural gas is the #1 source of electricity generation in the United States.
Instead of relying on road or rail, compressed natural gas can be transported passively through pipelines. Many leaders and politicians have dubbed natural gas as a bridge fuel that would lead the nation to renewable resources.
I think the natural gas boom is good. It's an important bridge fuel. The CO2 emissions for gas are half what they are for coal.
However, natural gas's role as a bridge fuel doesn't come without problems. When burned, natural gas releases methane, nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, and other toxic chemicals into the air. Fracking can pollute groundwater and cause earthquakes. Additionally, a pipeline's construction requires sacrifices from the landowners along its path.
My farm was flourishing, doing good, doing well, and then the pipeline come along and started moving trees around, and all my fish had big fish kills, all my fish died. Had big bullfrogs in there we used to go eat, and they all died. You know, a lot of folks here had to work hard all their lives to get what they got and just to put food on their tables. And then pipeline comes along and says, we'll give you half of what your property's worth, or we'll just take it from you.
Eminent domain is the government's right to take private land for public use. In 2005, the U.S. Supreme Court case Kelo versus City of New London clarified that private companies, not just the government, can assert eminent domain if their projects are necessary and will economically benefit the region.
The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or FERC, decides whether each pipeline should be approved to use eminent domain. In the past 2 decades, FERC has reviewed more than 470 pipelines. Of these, they have only rejected 2.
It should not take 10 years to get the permits to build a road or a pipeline. We've brought that number way, way down.
It's highly regulated. I can't think of anything that is more highly regulated. And now the agencies that do their studies are being questioned. So it's like it's an upside-down bizarro world type situation.
In October of 2017, FERC approved the Mountain Valley Pipeline by awarding them a certificate of public necessity and convenience.
The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, in deciding whether the pipeline was a matter of public convenience and necessity, took into consideration the fact that the people who are fracking the gas had contracts to sell the gas. Those contracts were with their own subsidiaries. So they were saying, yes, the gas is necessary because we have buyers for it, and the buyers are us.
The vast majority of the natural gas from the pipeline will not fuel Appalachia. Along the pipeline's path, there have been many protests and tree sits to attempt to halt pipeline work. 2 of these tree sits are located on a forested slope in Montgomery County, Virginia.
What I would like to see accomplished is for this pipeline to not be completed, and failing that, to just slow it down and make it as expensive as possible. And I think we've done a decent job of that.
The activists have been on site and in the trees for over 500 days.
Scientists and residents are concerned about the Mountain Valley Pipeline in particular because of the region's steep slopes, caves, sinkholes, and underground water flow.
So we have the seismic zone, we have steep slopes, and then we have the groundwater issues, all in one place here, in this part of the route. And the potential is there to have a catastrophe. I mean, we've had catastrophes in less severe land than this with natural gas pipelines around the United States.
Since 1986, pipeline accidents in the United States have killed 500 people and injured 4,000 more. Federal courts have ruled that the Mountain Valley Pipeline was approved without considering all of the environmental impacts, and FERC ordered a halt on work on the pipeline in October of 2019. Many pipeline workers go without jobs when the project is on hold.
This is what they've done their whole life, a lot of my folks, and this is all they know. And the fact that they're sitting on the bench not working, it's not right what's going on.
Mountain Valley Pipeline, LLC, argues that the pipeline will be beneficial for the Appalachian economy because it provides thousands of jobs. However, the project states that after the construction of the pipeline, it will only provide 34 jobs.
Again, we cannot continue to burn fossil fuels and have a habitable planet. We have a decision to make. So the idea that renewable energy production means fewer jobs, to me it means more years of jobs.
In the 2020 election, we hope presidential candidates will rethink our energy policy to accelerate our transition to renewable energy sources. We believe energy policy should include generous job retraining programs for fossil fuel workers as we shift towards renewables.
We hope that approval for all new energy projects will be conducted in a fair, scientific, and unbiased way that will consider the impacts of each project on climate change.
You can support causes you believe in by making one simple choice: to vote.
Today's decisions about the future of energy in the United States will help determine the future of America and the world.